Hello everyone, Zombies RS5 here with a really quick video showing how to create Rebellion reference files with the Sins of a Solar Empire Eclipse plugin. So you can find the plugin by going to ModDB. The full IDE and plugin together can be found by going to Sins of the Fallen or the SoaSE modders group. We can see that. So if I look at files here, I've got the Eclipse plugin as a download option. And again, this includes the plugin and the Eclipse IDE as one package. Or you can go to the modders and look at files. And we've got the standalone plugin jar, which can run with most Eclipse, so I'm the one I've provided is Helios. You can also go to the Eclipse downloads and download the latest Neon version and install it there. And I'll show you how to install the plugin real quickly uh, because some of the documentation has kind of fallen away due to wikis and whatnot being expired. So let's go ahead and look at this. If you download the full installation, you'll be looking at a zip file with the full Eclipse SDK. So let's go ahead and look at how that will work. If we go out, I've installed mine under the Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion modding level directory. So this is where we put all the mod files, either the development or the main game. I've just added another directory by just doing 7-zip extract here, and that generates this folder. If we walk into there, we'll see an Eclipse directory with an Eclipse exe. For this, you'll want a Java compatible version. So this is a Windows 64-bit. So we'll need a Java 1.8 for Windows 64 to run with. I can show what that looks like here real quick. So Java 1.8, 64-bit. And when we start up Eclipse, it will use Java to run. If you want to get your own Eclipse version, say Neon, which is the latest and greatest, which you may want if you're doing things with new repository servers like Git or SVN, just to make sure you've got the latest and greatest features, you would drop that jar file into the drop-ins directory. And then with future releases, all you need to do is delete this old jar file and drop in the new one. And everything will be maintained and saved, so yeah, there's no impact to your current projects. Okay, so now we've got this. We want to go ahead and start Eclipse. And again, I'm making my workspace the actual Mods Rebellion 1.8.5 development. And we're going to go ahead and say OK. Here. And we'll pull up our workspace. Now, I've already copied in the Rebellion reference files. I chose to copy everything, meshes, sound files, textures. This way I just have easy access to it in Eclipse. It is a little heavier because I'm copying all those files, but it just allows me quick access. You don't need to do this. It's up to you on how many reference files you want. Then once we're in, what we have is our files, which are all in binary. Well, the goal here is to create reference files. So what I've added is a new feature where you can right click, do sins, and convert data to text. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now we don't really want to have to go through this file by file by file by file. So what we can do is go up at the project level and do sins, convert data to text. And we can see this thing is now converting. I've got a little progress meter on here. And if you want to watch it, it will go through file by file, converting every one of them to text. So how is it doing this? Well, if we look and see in our Windows preferences, we go to Sins Preferences. I've preloaded it to where the most logical place for the Steam apps installation is for Sins of the Solar Empire Rebellion. If your installation varies, you will need to go in and update the Rebellion installation. Now, what we do is with this location, the plugin is looking for the Convert Data Rebellion exe, and that's what it's running in the background here for you. So it's iterating through all your files and finding those. This Rebellion reference, after we get this set up, this is useful when we start modding other mods. It's kind of a pre-link, so you don't have to include every single reference file if your mod's not set up that way from the base Rebellion. You can just come in here and we can set up. Mine is stored at this level, and we can select our Rebellion reference that we just created. And again, this is when we get more into advanced modding with the plugin tool. So let me go ahead and also close these files. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing, go into Window Preferences, and I'm going to go into my color preferences and just tweak these real quick. Okay, now when I open an editor, I'll get some nice syntax coloring as well. And we can see it's still working, going through every single file, converting it to text. We're also doing all mesh files, all particle files. So every one of these files that are in binary are now being converted to text. And when this completes, this process here will stop spinning, and we can open up any file at that point. We might need to go ahead and do a refresh after that just to make sure everything that's been modified on the file system comes in. But I believe we should see them. Yep, we still got some stuff rolling here. Let's give it another minute to try and run through all of them. And let me go back to our directory here. So the way that I created this Rebellion reference was to come in, I did File, New, Project. I chose a general project and said yes. And then I just entered Rebellion reference and it created this directory. And then I went to my Sins installation directory, copied all of these folders, and then right-clicked on my Rebellion reference project and pasted those in. And we can see the net effect is we ended up with a folder under mods Rebellion 185 dev with all these files that I copied and pasted in through the IDE. So what we really have here is a folder management system similar to Windows Explorer built into the IDE. And that's kind of the purpose of an integrated development environment, is that we get most of the OS functionality built into this one tool. So let me just go ahead and refresh just to make sure any changes that were on the file system come in. And I can now open any of these files and they are in text format. And this is what we want. And we can see the only extra file that gets placed in here is this .project. That's what identifies the Eclipse, that this particular folder, Rebellion Reference, is an Eclipse project. If we deleted that, Eclipse would no longer recognize this as a project. So we see here that I have an STA3 Final Frontier. So we're still on the concept of creating reference files. So let me go into here, and we want to create a project now for STA3. So we're going to choose General Project. And my project name, since this is already in my workspace, I'm going to create STA3 Final Frontier, so I need to just name this the same as the folder that's already on the file system, and it will automatically bring in those files. So now I have everything that's included in STA3, but I have the same problem. All of their files are in binary. Well, that's not what I want because I want to be able to look at what the actual content is. So I just do the same thing. I come in and I say sends, convert data, text, and it will do the same process that we just did for Rebellion, and we'll flow through all the files in STA3 and convert those to text so that you can easily read them. And that completes how to convert reference files using the Sins of a Solar Empire Eclipse plugin. I hope this was useful to you, and we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.